Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to my live streaming channel. So remember to give us a like, subscribe, and follow us. So let's begin today's live session. So remember, if you do enter my live streaming sessions, please remember to give us a like, subscribe, and let's begin today live streaming. Okay. So I think right now, the most million question is what is happening on the gold market. So okay, so let me explain. Okay, I think right now is the best timing to do trading. It's specific on the directions and actually giving you a really good risk reward ratio. So I will be explaining much more details later on. Okay, so remember the first thing first, we need to know what is the trend of the market. Okay, on my trading methods, I always just focusing on three things. So let me explain. The first thing first is the trend of the market. So what is the trend of the market? Is it going upsides or going downsides? So the market's either going uptrend continuously going uptrend like right now, or the price will be going lower. So the first thing first, you need to determine what is the directions of the market. Okay, so once you so right now let's identify the market together. So the first thing first, on the gold market perspective, is actually showing us a really slowdown. The upwards momentum, it's actually slowed down, but it's remaining on the uptrend. So how do we determine on continue uptrend? Okay, the first thing first, we can see that the whole market structure is still on hold on the higher sides. It means that from the volume profile or from others order flow technical perspective, we do see that the price is actually keep on acceptance on the higher sides. So what does it mean by acceptance on higher sides? Means that the price is actually keep on holding on the higher sides. Okay, if the price is actually too expensive, the price will be going through a really deep decline or maybe a really deep retrenchment. But if the price didn't really go acceptance on the higher sides, it determines that the market is actually acceptance on the price. Okay, so this is the first thing. And the second thing is that right now, okay, so currently once we do deciding the directions is uptrend. So the second thing is what is the momentum. Okay, momentum is the usually people ask me how to become how to become a consistent trader. Okay, the first thing first, you need to know the trend, because once you decide the trend is actually 50-50. So if you think the trend is going higher, then you actually have 50% on your sides, and another 50% is that it's you're wrong on the directions. So from another 50% is momentum perspective. So for example, right now, I do think that the market momentum is actually slowing down. So I'll be using a much more conservative way to try to do long positions, maybe right here or some sort. Okay, so if I do expectations that the momentum it's not strong, I will be using a much more conservative way so that I can actually get a better price and we can actually get a better profit out of it. Okay, so this is first thing. So if the market is like this, the market momentum is actually quite strong, so you just need to be a much more aggressive way. So in terms of that is that if you do think that the market is actually aggressive, you just need to be aggressive and then trying to do long positions with a much more aggressive way. But if you do think if the market is actually much more slowing down, like the momentum it's slowing down, so we can actually use anchor trend line or maybe just simple trend line. You can see that once the price is breaking through, doesn't mean that the market is going lower, it just means that the market momentum is actually slowing down. So if that's true, if you do long from here and then just swipe off and you've been stopping out, doesn't mean that your direction is not wrong. It means that your estimate and expectations for the momentum is incorrect. So the second thing is momentum. So once you do have these two things in your hand, you can actually get a really good risk reward ratio. And the third thing is what we call the timing perspective. So once you have the trend and the momentum, then the third thing is timing. Timing is basically what time you do want to entry, maybe London sessions, New Year sessions, when is the low happening, and so on. So three things: trend, momentum, timing, and this is what we always say about it. Okay. So right now, from the market structure for perspective, we do see that the gold market is going higher. Another factor, if you don't really know what is happening on the gold market, you can actually just go through the silver market. Okay, so if you don't really know what is the directions of the gold market, you can just go through the silver market. Okay, because silver market, what I do realize is that silver markets has been a leading indicator for gold. What does it mean by that? It means that if the silver is going higher, it usually will be pushing will be giving out some support on the gold market, and the gold market will be likely to continue going higher as well. So silver is actually a really good leading indicator. So give you some tools and indications. So if you really don't know what is the directions of the market from the gold perspective, then you just try to use silver as a leading indicator. So you can see that silver structure is definitely a really strong uptrend. So if you're thinking to do shots on silver, definitely it's not that you can't really profit out of it, it's just that your stopping out is much more higher, because in trading we are most likely to talk about probability. Doesn't mean in an uptrend doesn't mean that you're doing shots is will be failing, will be losing out. You just need to be really good on your entry. Okay, but I don't really recommend on it, because in the probability in perspective, it's actually much more easy to stop out, and it's not really durable. So just follow trend, and once you know the trend, the second thing, you just need to know what is the momentum, and then you just take off. Okay. So from yesterday onwards, we already expectations that the market momentum is actually slowing down, because the price do really break through on this level. Okay, so as I mentioned, this doesn't mean that the market is going lower. It just means that the market momentum is going likely to be slowing down. Okay, so from here onwards, we can see that the market conditions is slowing down, and another factor we can use is the Fibonacci. You can just use this at below and just mark it as the top sides. If the price is breaking through 61.8%, it just shows us that the market conditions is not likely to be showing us an uptrend momentum. Okay, because a healthy trend usually is 38.2 or maybe 61.8 or maybe 50%. So if the price still really break through 61.8, it doesn't mean that the market don't want to go higher. It just means that it might take some more time about it. Okay, so this area we can see that the market conditions is actually forming a ranging level between this range. So right now we have been doing a long positions, and let me tell you why we have been doing long. Okay, this long positions is actually according to Bookmap. Okay, this one we do long because the first thing first, we do expect the market is actually showing us uptrend momentum. The second thing is that we do expect that the market conditions is much more likely to continue go higher, and it's much more acceptance that the price will be breaking through this high. So we will be doing this long positions as our entry level, and this one we actually just get on the Bookmap. Okay, so going back to the Bookmap, we can see is actually quite clear what is going on. Okay, using Bookmap, if you don't really know who is much more aggressive, okay, you can actually use the bubbles to standpoint. Okay, so from the bubbles perspective, we can see that the market conditions is actually showing us a really strong indications that the market is wanted to go higher from here. Okay, the price is going lower from here in this I think afternoon sessions. Price has been going lower. Is it? I think so. Afternoon, yeah, I think this is the lower side. Price has been rejections on this high volume notes. So you can see that 46 price didn't really break through because the costing is much more higher. Is in put a simple standpoint, if price wanted to break through this level, means that the market wanted to pay higher cost and wanted to eat all this contract, only that the price can be going higher. So you can see that price going rebalance and reaching back toward this level, and we can see that the upwards momentum from the bubble perspective is actually showing us a really strong indications that the price is likely wanted to go higher. Okay, from here, but right now we can see that this is what we call the exhaustions, meaning by that is that the market is actually slowing down, and right now we can see that the what we call the price is actually balancing out from this range. So I do think that the market is wanted to go higher, and we do see that the risk reward ratio is actually much more durable. So we can see that the price is showing us some ranging level. This range from the volume footprint, you can see that is exactly right now 4190 minus 33 area. So this area is actually a really strong supporting level. And besides of that, we also can see that the price is actually showing us some imbalanced volume, high volume nodes on this lower sides. So right now we can see that the exhaustions is happening. The price is the one to go highs and lows is forming a ranging level. So that's no right or wrong answer. We just need to find out where is the aggressions is coming from. So we can see that the aggressions is coming from this level. So I can see that the price is actually forming a ranging level from here. Doesn't mean that we are uh, surely profit out, but I can say that this trade is actually quite good because the risk reward ratio is quite alright. So if we do long right now, for example, we just put our stop loss just below on this level, we can actually expect the price might be tackle this range, maybe tackle 4196, or maybe even higher from the previous daily high, 4,200. Okay, because this is futures, so it's actually minus 33 range, so you can actually minus out. Okay, so right now we can see that the price is actually reaching through. I think we might be hitting our stop loss, but it's okay because this one is actually a risk reward ratio is quite good. So we just keep on trading on profit rate. If the price really break through on the lower side, it means that the market momentum is not stronger, and then the price do not really wanted to break through this level. So you can see that right now the price is what is happening. Okay, you can see that the bubbles. Okay, if you don't really know how to use it, you can just look at the bubbles. Okay, the bigger the bubbles is actually showing us aggressions buying. So aggressions is actually buying and holding on it, and this is what we call the exhaustions. Price is actually remaining ranging and forming a balance area from this volume footprint. The price is actually forming a volume footprint, and we do see that this is what we call a high volume notes. So we can see that this is actually a really good timing into entry long. And if we do get it, if price do really later on, what we need to see right now is that the volume, the COB order flow is actually like this. Okay, so you can see that the market is wanted to push it higher from here. We can see that the current order book is actually forming up like here. So we need to see this aggression wanted to push the price higher, then should be not a really big problem. Right now we have a really super duper strong supporting level, and we do see that the price is actually showing us a really strong aggressions on the higher sides, and we do see that from the silver perspective is much more likely to continue going higher as well. So we just need to see the price to, from a smaller time frame perspective, we need to see this area to push the price higher. If that's happening, we can expect that the price will be likely to continue going higher and reaching through what we call the daily high. Okay, the previous daily high means that it's just need to see the price to, from a smaller. Okay, so after that, we just need to see the price go back to previous daily high and tackle this higher liquidations. 4196 might be the first area. So 4196 minus 33. So it's actually 4163 is our first TP area. So you can actually do long positions and tackle 4163. Not much, but I do expect the price will be going back towards this level, maybe 50 to 50 range. Risk reward ratio, I think we can actually get 1 to 2 if we really wanted to. So we'll be a tackle and absorptions on the higher sides. So right now, we just keep on doing long positions, and you do see that the market conditions is actually showing us a really good signs. Price really rejections. Here, exhaustions is happening. The aggression selling is also not quite aggressive. It's not really aggressive. So it's actually a really good, I mean, it's a really good idea that the price might be continue going high. So therefore, we will be doing long positions and see how the price do get on. If we do get it, I think we can actually reach through the previous daily high. Price might be breaking through above. Not so sure is it possible to break through daily high lah, because there's also a chances that the price might be forming the highs on Wednesday, but this is assumptions, but we just follow the trend and momentum and see how can we do much more about it. But if you want to be safe, I guess it's much more likely to tackle this 4196. In terms on the numbers on the what we call the CFD should be around 4163. So the price might be tackle 4163 or maybe even much more higher. Okay. Okay, so remember, if you do really like our content, please give us a like, subscribe, and follow us. And do remember that we'll be doing live streaming sessions every single day from Monday to Friday from 8 to 9. Okay, so right now, let's talk about the dollar index because the dollar index is also a really big factor to know what is going on. Going back from the dollar index, we can see that the dollar index is actually showing some signs of going lower as well. Dollar index is going back from the bigger time frame. We do see that the dollar index is actually reaching through the monthly high, and the momentum is actually slowing down. It doesn't mean that it's actually starting on a downtrend from my perspective. I will be much more likely to see the price to go through ranging area if you want me to analyze the whole market situations. So I do expect that the market might be forming some kind of supports around this level. So you can see that the 61.8 price has been reaching through, and this range, I do think that the price might be forming some kind of ranging level. So you can see, yeah, I think it's much more likely to see the price to go back to this range. So my expectations for the dollar index is actually quite simple, is that I'm expectations that the price will be reaching back towards this level and forming accumulations. So should be around this level. So I'm expecting that the dollar index will be going back to this level. This will be putting some kind of support on the gold market and see how does it affect. Not so sure is it going higher or going low, but I do think that the risk reward ratio is definitely a really good one. Because the market conditions is actually forming and the timing perspective is actually quite great. Going back to the 4-hour time frame, we do see that the price is actually holding on, and this is the third candlestick from the 4-hour candlestick. So it's much more likely wanted to give us a directions. I think rather the next hour, probably the next hour will be giving us a directions. Either is continue going lower and breaking through this daily low, or the price is likely to break through on the higher sides and give us uptrend momentum. Okay, so this is what we're expecting on, and we'll be continuing to try to do it. Okay, so remember, if you do really enjoy my live streaming sessions, you can just watch my live streaming sessions every single day from 8 to 9, and I will be giving out much more talks about what's our expectations and what our thoughts and so on. Okay, but right now we keep on doing long positions and see whether or not can we get through the previous daily high. I do expect the price might be going back to the previous daily high, so it should be around 7 to 800 range. So let's see. I think it's quite likely to push the price higher. So we'll be keep on doing long positions and see whether or not can we get it. Okay. So remember, we are just focusing on three things. What is the trend of the market? So what is the trend of the market? What is the momentum of the market? And what is your timing of the market? There's three simple things, and you can actually just find out what is your trading style or so on. Okay, so currently we do expect the market to continue going higher and see how it turns out. So let's go through the book map and see what is happening. Okay, so right now we can see that, okay, the first thing first, what we want to see is the whole directions. Is it the uptrend momentum is holding on it? Usually I like to see the big bubbles, the green bubbles. If you don't want to see the green bubbles, it's actually is okay as well. You can actually just go through this range, this level. So if you do see that this level, so we can see that the price is actually forming a really strong aggressions. You can see the numbers. Okay, so it's actually quite simple. You can see the numbers. So right now it's 425. So we can see it's actually a much more aggressions. 403. This level is actually quite aggressions. 445. This level is actually much more aggression. So we can see that this is the price wanted to push lower, but the what we call the pressure is actually slowing down. So we can see this is actually a really good tool. So we can see this is 41112. The price wanted to push lower, But you can see that the uptrend momentum, the downtrend momentum is actually slowing down. 138.74, and this is the major supporting level that you can actually get it. So just now, we just hopefully that the price wanted to break through on the higher side. So this is actually the simplest way that you can use bookmap. If you wanted to know, like if you really wanted to have a much more deep understanding on bookmap, remember you can just watch my live streaming sessions. I think the most important thing you need to know is what is the whole market dynamic is happening, what is the bigger picture is happening, and then later on you can just use the book map to see what is the sentiment of the market. Is the momentum, is it slowing down, what we can expectations on. If the market momentum is slowing down, what can we do to tackle our entry level. The best way is to you can actually just enter the lower sides. For example, if we do expected that the market conditions is going lower, I do think that we are able to get a really good entry on the lower sides. Here, I don't think we can actually get this level up, but I do think we can actually get to this range. I do think that we can actually get through this range, this 58 area. I think we can actually possible to get this range, and then the price is actually wanted to push the price higher. So I do think we can actually get to this range. Reaching out, let's see, price forming this level, really strong aggressions on this level. Okay, so you can see this is really strong aggressions. Meaning by that is that the market don't want to go higher and rebalancing out from here. Price is actually exhaustions from here, sweeping out and going back from the VWAP. Right here, we can see that the aggression buying is actually not that strong. Price is actually going through a ranging area from here. So we can see that the market conditions is actually forming a ranging level. And then going back toward this level, we can see that the market is actually holding the price, the imbalance. So the price wanted to tackle lower. You can see that the aggressions, but failed to. Price holding up and continue push the price higher. Okay, so after that we do see that the exhaustions is happening and holding on this level up. So rather than that, I think we can actually safe to say that doing long positions is I think the trend is actually much more on the long positions, and right now the market conditions is actually forming a ranging level, and from what we can see, doing bullish is actually have a much more higher chances lah. Okay, so right now we can see that the price is actually wanted to push lower. I think mainly because this VWAP is actually holding the price, so the price is actually holding this range. My expectation is that the market will be forming a ranging level. I do scared that is it possible to swipe us off and then going higher. There's also a chances, but I do think right now is actually a really good timing to do long positions because we do see that the price is actually tackled this supporting level, the VWAP area. I think 4190. You can see that the price really reached through 4190 and actually balancing out this level. So there's no right or wrong answer. If you think the market is going lower, then you can actually do short positions on the VWAP area, putting a stop loss on the higher sides. But if you are thinking that the market is going higher, you just do long positions on this level, putting a stop loss just below, and hopefully that you can actually get back to the top sides. Okay, this is just how can you do it. Okay, remember to look at the bigger picture and what is the momentum right now. Really remember that you need to watch the bubbles and see the bubbles and this COB, what we call the heat map relationship between these two. Okay, is it assumptions? Is it tackle each other? Is it within the range? And so on. Okay, so this one is actually really important. And then if you wanted to much more details, you can actually see from the what we call the volume footprint and see whether or not the price is holding on it. Okay, I do think that the price is actually showing some kind of support, but right now let's see how it turns out. Okay, actually quite slow, the momentum. I only afraid is it possible to like swipe us off and then continues going higher. This is also a fact. There's also a chances. So yeah. So yeah, price is going lower, swiping down, but pressure 55, not that strong. 40, 36, oh, quite strong. This level seems like the market wanted to push lower and see whether or not the price is holding on this level. I do think that this level is quite a strong support. If the price do really rejections on this level, then I think it's actually showing us a good signs. But yeah, let's see. You can see that this one is actually wanted to push the price lower. This is actually quite interesting. You can see that from the imbalance is wanted to push the price lower from here, but this level is actually quite strong. So let's see. Okay. We have been doing long positions and we just putting there as our stop loss. Haven't reached it yet, so we just hopefully that we can swipe us off. If the price still really rejections back, I think I will be adding on another positions on this one. Okay, so let's see. We put our stop loss just below this level. So if the price still really break through this range, then I don't think it's actually a good sign. So yeah, we just hopefully the price is showing exhaustions. Yeah, I do think the price has been showing a bit of exhaustions, not that much, but yeah, let's see. Holding on it. Seems like the market wanted to push the price lower from here. Quite interesting on this one because we do see that the price wanted to push it lower and see how does the market react. But according to the market conditions, I do think that the market wanted to go higher, and this might be the last chance. So let's see from the bigger time frame volume footprint right now is actually the highest supporting level, 54 to 50. Yeah, I think 54 is actually the strongest supporting level. 54, I guess. Yeah, this shows a really strong supporting range. So right now we just see, okay, using bookmap, the best thing is that your stop loss is actually secure. So you can actually get it. Oh, this one is actually quite good. Exhaustions is happening. I think we might be adding another long positions again, putting our stop loss just below here and see whether or not can we get it. So this one, the risk reward ratio is quite good, and we just add another long positions. Okay, just putting back towards this level because we do see that the exhaustions is happening. So it's actually showing us a little bit good signs. Exhaustions, buying momentum is coming up, and we just see whether or not the imbalance is actually what we call has been filled out. If we do see that, I do think the price might be going back to 63. 63 is this level, and we can actually get back to a really good risk reward ratio on this one. So as I mentioned, the whole market conditions is actually going high uptrend, and we are mainly focusing on risk reward ratio, and the conditions is actually quite good. Risking, for example, we are risking just 10 pips, and we are getting 80 pips. If we do get lucky, I think we can actually get back to 180 pips as well. So this risk reward ratio is definitely a good thing, but let's see, can we hold it down? Okay, so we do see that the price is actually showing exhaustions on this level. Price is going holding up, and from here we do see that the buying momentum, the selling momentum is actually slowing down from here. So it's actually a good sign. So I think doing long positions here and putting stop loss is considerable, quite reasonable. Okay, considerable, quite reasonable. So you can see that we using bookmap, you can know how the overall structure is happening. The market wanted to go lower, but the exhaustions is happening on. We do see that this range is actually showing us the price wanted to push lower, 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 and right now, let's see. Okay, let's see this exhaustions is holding on it. If we do, then we will be expecting that the price will be pushing higher. Okay, so right now we have been doing long positions again, putting our stop loss just 9 pips. Okay. Okay, so if we do get this one, I think we can actually hold back towards on the higher sides. I think we might be able to get to previous daily high. There's a possibility. I'm not so sure. Is it possible? Because this might be the Wednesday high, but this also might be the Wednesday low. But yeah, we'll be keep on doing long positions and just see how it happens. Okay, because as we mentioned, if you don't know what is the trend right now, just go through the silver market and you can see that the silver is actually holding strong. So we just keep on doing long positions and see whether or not can we hold it down. Okay, so you can see that we have been adding another long positions on our CFD accounts. So you can see that we have been adding another long positions, and we do see that the market conditions is looking good. So let's see. If we do loss, then it's okay. We actually losing maybe 9 pips on this one, 10 pips on this one. I think we can actually add another one lot size on this one because the risk reward ratio is actually quite good. So we can actually put our stop loss just here. So if we do loss, then should be fine. But if we win, I think we can actually get to 63. So I think we get to 63 first lah. 63 is actually quite a reasonable price. So you can see that we have been doing long positions and see whether or not can we get back towards on the higher sides. Okay. So remember everyone, if you do really like our content, please give us a like, subscribe, follow us. Remember that we'll be keep on doing live streaming sessions every single day from Monday to Friday from 8 to 9. So this level, we do long positions. The most important thing is exhaustion is happening, and this is the major supporting level, and do really show a really aggressions buying momentum. So we just put a really tight stop loss, maybe 10 to 10 pips, getting 1 to 6 risk reward ratio on this one. So if we get it, then we get it up. So using bookmap, you can actually use it for a really good entry level, and you can actually form a really good edge, because in trading, the best thing is that you have a fast information. So if you wanted to know more about it, remember, just give us a like, subscribe, and follow us. Okay, from next week onwards, we'll be readjusting our trading and our live streaming sessions. Okay, from our live streaming sessions, we'll be giving out what is our long-term perspective and what are we trying to do based on the long-term trade perspective. Okay, so like for example, if we do long positions of the bottom sides, then we'll be keep on holding on, and until a price we'll be stopping out few of the trades, letting you guys know what is the momentum right now, what can we do about it, and so on. Okay, so you can see that right now we have been earning not much. If we do earn, I think we can actually earn maybe around 2k. So let's see, can we get this trade on it? Okay, trading is actually the long-term game. We need to know what is our edge and what can we do much more about it. Okay, I think it's actually quite solid. It's showing us that the market planning to go higher, and we just need to wait for it and see whether or not can we go through on the higher sides. Okay, according to bookmap, showing us, oh shit, it seems like the market wanted to push lower from here. This one is actually quite interesting one, but I think this what we call the risk reward ratio is definitely a good thing. So we just see how it goes. Okay, so remember everyone, if you do really like, subscribe and follow us. We'll be continue doing live streaming sessions every single day from Monday to Friday. And yeah, okay. So currently the order flow is actually showing us that the market wanted to go higher. So we just keep on doing long positions and putting our stop loss a really tight range. If we do see the price is breaking through on the higher sides, my expectation is that the market might be breaking through 1491 and maybe 4196 or maybe even higher. Okay, so it depends on how do you trade on it, and wanted to know more about it. So give us a like and subscribe. Okay. I think it's actually looking good because the strength, the supporting strength is still intact on it. So not so sure how the market react, but yeah, I think the risk reward ratio is definitely a good thing. Okay, bookmap is actually giving you a really good edge to know what is the directions and how can you do much more about it. Okay, so you can see that we have been reflecting on doing long positions and gather a really good edge. So if we do risk losing this one, we actually lose 100 or something. If we do get it, we can actually get 600. So the risk reward ratio is definitely in our sights. So we can see that not so sure if the price wanted to go higher, but this I think is the best entry level you can get. Okay, so if the price really break through, my expectation is that the market will be continuously to break through on the higher sides. So right now you can see that the market is actually wanted to push higher, but it seems like a bit struggle because the price has been reaching through this VWAP area, and we do see that the price is actually accumulating this position sizing. So we do seems like, yeah, we can't talk much about it, but I do think the risk reward ratio is definitely a good sign. And from the order footprint, we do see that the selling is not that strong and the buying is actually accumulating on this one. So this is the major supporting level. Everyone can try to do it, and expectations that the price will be reaching back towards on the top sides. Okay, so yeah, we just keep on doing long positions and see whether or not can we get back towards on the top sides and reaching back to 60, 70, 80, or even to 90 pips. Okay, yeah, let's see. I think, well, right now the volatility is actually quite slow. I mean, the whole market situation is actually quite slow, but yeah, I think we are actually on a really good spot right now. So let's see, can we get back to the top sides? So using bookmap, you can see that you have a total edge by limiting your costs and maximize your profits. Okay. Okay, so you can see that using bookmap, you can actually have a really good edge about to see whether or not the price is going higher. Is it higher chances that the price's momentum is much more stronger? What is behind of each candlesticks and so on? Okay, remember, if you do really like our content, please give us a like, subscribe, and follow us. We'll be doing live streaming sessions every single day from 8 to 9 p.m. and we'll be keep on doing long positions. So you can see that we have been doing long positions right here. You can see that right now we have been accumulate 3 orders or long positions. The first one we haven't wait for confirmations. The second one we wait for confirmations. The third one, I think that the price is likely to continue going higher. So we have been just entering 3 positions, expectations that the price wanted to tackle on the higher sides. Okay, so let's see. So remember, if you do really like our content, please give us a like, subscribe, and follow us. Remember that we'll be keep on doing live streaming sessions every single day. Okay, so I think should be not a really big problem because this exhaustion is happening, and if price do really tackle on the higher sides, should be going to 96. If we do tackle calculating for 196 minus 33, I think it's 63. So it's much more likely to reach back to this level, 63 level. So let's see. Right now the price has been forming a big ranging level, but I think I don't think we can actually add another positions because we do see that the VWAP area has been showing us the trend, but this level is actually a super support. If the price really break through, then never mind. It means that the market has wanted to go lower. But I think right now is actually another supporting level. If you haven't added on it, you can actually add on this level of entry. Let's see. So seems like the market is actually showing some signs of going lower, but the aggressions, I think the buying momentum is actually much more stronger. So we keep on doing long positions at this point and see whether the price is actually showing back towards on the higher sides. Yeah, right now the price is actually accumulating on this balance area between this range. My expectations that the market is actually volume out, but seems like the price wanted to push higher from this. So let's see. I'm hopefully the price is actually at least tackle 63 lah this level because usually the big volume, what we call the big liquidations, usually attractions, the price will be tackled this range. So we'll be expecting that the price will be tackled on this one, but the momentum seems like it's a bit slow, and selling positions is actually adding on it. So let's see. Okay, even though exhaustions is happening, but from the bigger time frame, can't say it's guaranteed, but hopefully we are right lah. So if we're right, I think we might be seeing the price to reach back to at least 63. At least 63. But yeah, if the price really holds off it, then let's see. The VWAP area is actually a really strong resistant area, has been forming through really strong and holding on it. Damn, I think the price is actually tackled back to the bottom sides, but it's not really strong lah. To be honest, we can't see the momentum is strong, but yeah, even though the exhaustion is happening, but price don't want to push higher, then no choice lah. But yeah, the stop loss is not much, but well, I think we might be losing out this one because the price is actually pulling out liquidations on this one. Shit. I think we might be losing this one. Yeah, fuck. Price accumulate and breaking through this level. Thought that it should be quite safe, but price still really break through to the bottom side. Was thinking the price might be holding on it, but can't really hold. VWAP has been showing us, so can't say much about it. Price is breaking through, risking smaller. It's not that much of risking because I think we just risk about. Oh, this trade is not looking good. Doing long positions, but the price didn't really hold on. I think this trade we lose about 5. Whoa, 5. Thursday not really a good trend. Market is keep on going ranging. The momentum is not strong. Expecting that the price might be going higher, but yeah, can't do much about it. This trade I think is still quite solid because the risking is not much. If we do get it, I think price might be getting 63. Volume is actually showing us that the market wanted to go higher. So yeah, but the VWAP, damn, the VWAP area is strong on this one, showing us that the VWAP area is strong and the prices keep on going lower, tackle back to the lower sides. Was thinking if we do hold the price holding on it, we might be pulling out on the higher sides. Seems like the silver is also going lower. Dollar index is showing up. Damn. Get momentum, it's slowing down. But it's okay. This trade I still considerable quite okay. We can't really do much about it because the market do really show some kind of ranging momentum. It's not strong. Um, yeah, not strong. If we not strong, I think the price might be going back and swiping us on the lower sides. Using the bigger time frame. Let's see. Price do really reach through on the lower sides. Price is forming a ranging level. Let's see from the book map. Unlucky. Where is this supporting level shows? Nothing quite strong to support, I guess. It's not really strong from the supporting perspective, and the volume is also not that strong as well. Considerable quite okay lah. Here, 183. Shit, I think the price wanted to go higher right now because this has been forming this range. I really like this one, so I will be entering one lot size on this one because this I really like this formations, so I'm thinking the price might be tackled back to the top sides. This might be a swap change. We will be putting our stop loss just below this range and see 82, so maybe $2 range, 55, $3 range. So let's see. If we can do it, I think with the price should be spiking back again, reaching back to 4191. Damn, 4191 minus 33, so 4158. Most likely to go back to the average area because the market is actually forming a ranging level. If wanted to, I think the price might be going back to 4160. 4160 is here. I think the price might be spiking back towards on the top side, reaching back and going back to the top sides area. Yeah, I think the price might be reaching back to this level. Going back to the 4-hour time frame, price really show us a ranging level. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah. Okay, so I think we'll be ending our live streaming sessions for now. And if you do really like our content, please give us a like, subscribe, follow us. Remember that we'll be keep on doing live streaming sessions every single day from Monday to Friday from 8 to 9 p.m. Okay? Let's see. Price still remaining ranging for now. I'm expecting price is holding on the lower sides. Even though right here is actually holding on it, but my expectation is that the market is holding, wanted to push higher. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I think we'll be ending our live streaming sessions for now. And if you wanted to know more about it, remember to give us a like, subscribe, follow us, and Okay, so we'll be ending our live streaming sessions for now, and hopefully everyone do really watch our live streaming sessions every single day. So thank you for everyone watching, and I will be see you guys tomorrow.